is the North End. This is the North End.
Hey guys, JP California coming at you guys, well, from a very sunny Southern California. It's already like 70 degrees. I know all my Toronto people are freezing and you guys are like having to do the whole dig yourself out and all the snow, but here in Southern California it is bright, it is beautiful, it is warm. I'm literally thinking about going to the beach today, but sadly some team that was already on the beach was Aston Villa. They lost 4-2 to Leicester today in what was an abysmal performance. So let's get after, like, I don't even want to do this video. Let's get after these 5 things we learned about Aston Villa versus Leicester. Number 1, let's just get it out of the way. Number 1, defending was bad, right? The defending was bad, and there's Villa fans kind of going at each other on the Twitter sphere, blaming players, pointing the finger. Like, let's just look at it the way it is. Let's just look at the overall picture. The overall picture was we've defended very well for the last 7 or 8 games, and this one was not it. This was poor defending. Luka Dean was not talking to his back line, definitely is at fault for one of the goals when he should have pinched in and supported Mings. Tyrone Mings out of position on several of the plays. Boubacar Kamara just lacking the discipline that we know he has. I've said he's a star in the making, and I still hold to that, but today was not his best game. We'll get to that on point 3. Matty Cash just kind of looked okay. He was bombing up and down, but he seemed to struggle. Teddy ran our left side ragged. Konza didn't have it. Like, we just looked bad in defense for a team that's done so well defensively over the last month and a half. My dog decides he wants to get in the video here. That looks so bad. We look so good defensively over the last few weeks. This is probably going to trigger Unai Emery quite a bit. Our defensive line was not good on any of the goals. Our pressing in our half was not good in any of the goals. Our lack of control of settling them down, our ability, like we've seen in the past, to like bring our outside mids, outside wingers, whatever you want to call them, bring them back and have them pinch in like outside defenders. Our outside defenders pinch in, make that back line 6. I never saw that. It looked like we played that high line like we played against Liverpool. And this, to me, is like the second or third time we've done this. And both times it hasn't worked. Not that it hasn't worked. It hasn't even come close to working. We've been blown out of the water by Liverpool and Leicester here with that high defensive line. And I just don't think we have a team made for a high defensive line. So for me, that defending, that's a whole team problem. That's just not a one guy thing. It was the elephant looking at us in the room at the end of the game. So Villa really need to get it together on that defensive part. That consistency for us is just key. Number 2, Ollie Watkins is at his best. I see people like slagging him off for not scoring more today. He got 2 goals. He made the second goal himself with that own goal. It's just that simple cross with power. His first goal was a Predators type finish in the box, something he's not really known for. And not only that, his ability to collect the ball in the channels, whip it around, find an overlapping or find a run through. He was direct. He was aggressive. For me, Ollie Watkins is our guy. He should be wearing the number 9 shirt for us. He is that guy. And I'm really happy Unai Emery has supported him. Now, I heard some stats the other day that he has 11 or 14 assists and 29 goals in the last 2.5 years. What more do you want, Villa fans? He's our number 1 guy involvement in goals contributions in the last 2.5 years since he's joined. What more do you want? Everyone's talking how we need to get this 20 goal scorer, this top. We need a better goal scorer. Who do you think's going to come into Aston Villa who isn't in Europe? It's just not good enough on your end, fans. I don't know who you think Aston Villa can get, but it's not there. Ollie Watkins is the best we can get. He's looking good. He's contributing a lot under the Unai Emery system. And honestly, he is our future. So Aston Villa fans, put the pitchforks down and stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Ollie Watkins is our guy. Accept it, get behind it, and support him. You would give Tammy Abraham way more support than you would give Ollie Watkins, and Ollie Watkins has scored more for us than Tammy Abraham has. Get behind him. Get behind him. Number 3. I'm going to say it. Kamara was ass. He was terrible. He was trash. I didn't say he's a bad player. I didn't say he was a bad player. I said this was his worst game. It was his worst game by a country mile. He is at fault for the first goal. No ifs, ands, or buts. He gets the ball. He gets pressured. He spins. He probably should have passed it back to Martinez. He spins. He turns the guy. Cool. Mings is wide open, waiting for the ball. What does he do? He could have passed with his left. He could have passed with his right. He takes 2 more touches and gets dispossessed. It's on him. That first goal is on him. Second, it was either the second or the third goal. I'm mixing them up in my head, but he loses it in our half in a dangerous position after we had opened up for him, believing he would be able to make the pass. Bailey or Ramsey is on the outside there waiting for it. He has 10 yards of space. He's waiting for it. Kamara has him in his vision and instead turns back into trouble and loses the ball. We get scored on directly from that loss. And some people are going to blame Mings. We had this huge argument online where some people will blame Mings for being out of position. Mings is out of position because he had to open up for him, and we get scored on it. Kamara had a rough game. That happens. I'm not slagging him for the rest of the games. I'm saying this was his worst game by a long shot. So, yeah, he was bad. Is he going to get subbed? Yes, he should have been subbed. Does he deserve to not play next game? Hell no. He's going to start next game. He should play next game. That's how important he is for us. Number 4. We got to stop gifting teams goals after we score. We gave up a goal within 3 minutes of the first goal, and we gave up a second goal within 10 minutes of the second goal. We need that to stop happening. We've done that 10 times this season, at least. Villa need to stop giving goals up. I don't care if Unai Emery says, all right, pack it in for the next 15 minutes after we score. I don't care. But we have to stop conceding those goals. It is killing us. We score a goal, and then we give one right back to them. We score a goal, and then we give one right back to them. We got to stop doing that, and that really shot us in the foot. Soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. Cultural differences, don't be ignorant. Okay? Cultural differences. Giving up that ball in this sport, giving up a goal in this sport is hard enough. I like to tell my players, like, don't shoot yourself in the foot. And we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We got to knock it off. And number 5, Villa fans. And I'm looking at other YouTube channels. I'm looking at other podcasts. I'm looking at the Clarendon Blue. I'm looking at the Villa View. I'm looking at My Old Man Said. I'm looking at any of them. Stop looking at the table. Stop it. Every podcast I watched, if we win this game, we're going to be up into the top half. If we win this game, we're going to be in 8th place. We're only 3 points behind this team. We're only 3 points behind that team. Stop it. Stop it. Every time you guys do that, we lose. Every time you do that, we lose. Okay? You got to stop doing that because, honestly, you're getting your hopes up for this season, and we already know this season's a write-off. So why do we keep doing this to ourselves? The only heartbreak here is not Villa, which it hurts. The heartbreak is you. The heartbreak is you making the fan base believe that we're getting to Europe. We don't deserve to be in Europe. We don't deserve to be in the top half of the table. We haven't earned it. We haven't played well for it. We deserve to be exactly where we are. That's the team we are. We are Aston Villa. We are 11th place. Accept that. Now go overwork that. Be better than that in the long term. Not the here now. We're going to get Europe this year. We can maybe make a push. Stop that. Stop looking at the table. Knock it off. Villa fans, these are the 5 things we learned about Villa today. Villa versus Leicester. They lost 2-4. Our defense was crap today. It was bad. Ollie Watkins is at his best. Accept him for what he is. Number three, Kamara's worst game for us so far. Hopefully his last bad game for us. Number 4, stop conceding quick goals after we go ahead. And number 5, Villa fans, stop looking at the table. You guys might say this video is just as much about Villa fans as it is about the team, and maybe it is. Maybe we need to get off Twitter for a while. But I'm not coming at you. I'm trying to show you a mirror. Look at yourself. Look at us. We are doing this to ourselves. This is the best team we've had in a long time. Tyrone Mings is the best center back we've had in a long time. Kamara is the best center mid we've had in a long time. Dougie is the best center mid we've had in a long time. Ollie Watkins is the best forward we've had in a decade. Unai Emery is the best coach we've had since Martin O'Neill. Let's back them. Let's get behind them. Aston Villa, this is JP California, over and out.